So I got a Temu order in and wasn't expecting it quite this early. I've already opened one of the items so I can show you, but I got 2 of these water bottles. I'm just trying to find some that were slightly bigger. This actually is the same size, so not bigger, I don't think. But it's the same type with the little lever nozzle, which I like. This one has a different lid and a slightly different hanger mechanism. It's a little more adjustable than the other ones. My original plan was going to be to cut these and use them on my lab cages. And then I was like, no, that's not going to work because the plastic's too thick and it's going to be a pain to cut it and sand it and all that jazz. So I was going to use these on that, and then I thought, you know what? My new boys like to mess with their water and dribble it all over the cage and make a huge mess. This has a slightly less sensitive water end. So provided it works well, this is what the boys are going to get, so that we don't wind up with soaked bedding multiple times a week, because it's a pain to change the bedding multiple times a week. I have a cleaning schedule, boys. I need to stick with it. Help me help you be less stinky. Anywho, that's the plan. I have 2 of these. I also got leaf beads to decorate some toys that I've been making for my rats. They're a little smaller than I thought, so I'm not sure they're going to work really, but they'll still be cute. So I'll probably use them for mine and find something bigger for what I need. Also, got these. 2 of these. They are an over the bowl edge toilet roll holder. Let's open one real quick. Now I got these because I think that this little thing is about the perfect size to nest under the lip of my bin cages. It looks the right size. So I think what I could actually do is put the toilet roll on this in the bin cage, and it would stay on. And I like that it's metal so that they won't make a mess with it, because my old one is plastic. It works okay, but I just don't like how dingy it's gotten over the years. It's like 5 years old now. You can't buy the style I have, and I want a different thing. So I thought this might be a nice option, and it'll put it up against the cage wall, and you know. I'll let you know how I like these, but it does seem fairly well made, seems sturdy. I don't see any edges that are sharp or anything like that, so pretty great. I'm pretty happy with them, and I think they were like $4. They might have been a little cheaper. The water bottles were also around $4, because I look at the multiples that are listed and pick the cheapest one or the one that's on sale. And the beads were like 90 cents because they were on a deal. So I just need to remember which size I got and buy bigger next time, because I really wanted them to be like this big. I even went to craft stores and cannot find leaf beads the size I want, so I've got to find them somewhere. They have to be plastic, because that's what I prefer for my rats. I don't like using glass. Acrylic works fine too, but not silicone and not glass. And that's roughly like a 1/2 to 1/4 inch size. That's what I'm looking for. So yeah, this is Temu. I don't normally go to Target, but I was looking for the Joyride clusters to try, which my Target didn't even have, and I was very sad. But as I was walking towards that, I saw these super cute little bowls, and I thought, photo prop. They were $3. I just bought one, and I'm considering repainting it because they didn't have a blue one, and I really wanted blue. I'm thinking blue for the whole thing, and then like black or yellow in the middle would be really cute. Since it's a photo prop, I can pretty much use whatever I want, since the rats aren't going to be interacting with it for very long. I'm not sure if I want to use it for like baby photos, because the big rats will not fit in it, or just stick it like propped in the corner, because it would be cute. I haven't decided yet, but I loved that it actually looks like a flower, and I bought it for that purpose. I need more photo props, like a hole in the head, clearly, but it's so cute. Alright, this is a combination of things. This bedding is from Pet Supplies Plus, because Walmart has not had my bedding the last, oh goodness, 3 or 4 times I've gone and gotten it. I've had to get really small bags, even smaller than those, and it just isn't worth the money. So I went to a different store to try some, and I really wanted to try a different brand too. So we have this to try, and I got 2 bags of aspen. They didn't have big bags of pine, so I had to get 2 smaller ones, but they're still bigger than the Walmart ones. And hopefully between that and the little bit I already have, that will all work together. From Walmart, I got paper pellets. I want to put these on just like a little thin layer on the bottom of my cages, just to see if it helps a little bit. I don't know what it is about these boys specifically, but they are just stinky. Just a little stinky. And I'm hoping that just like, sorry, I didn't even show you the cage. These boys down here, not my Evo and CTR rats, but these guys are just a touch stinky. I also think it might help in my maternity cages, which are currently empty, but later this week I have a rat moving into them. So I want to try that. And then also from Walmart, not all of this is for the rats, I got some oatmeal. This one is honey and almond instant oatmeal, and I'm not going to use a lot of that, just a little. I might not even need it, that's my hope. And then I've also got regular instant oatmeal, and these will be mixed together to give to my mamas if they seem to need a boost for lactation. I am hoping though that won't be needed. And then the other thing I got is I got 2 of these picture frames. They're technically the same size, but one is landscape and one is portrait. And my plan is to take these pictures out and cut a piece of scrapbook paper to go in. Or I could honestly flip them over, but because it's clear plastic, you can write on it with a dry erase or wet erase marker, like so. And then you can erase it, which is pretty cool. And I thought that would be fun to do, like when I have babies, to do like baby photos and then put how old they are on this thing. Kind of like how people do with like the baby wearing a sticker or a onesie or something that says how old they are. I think this will be fun, especially for the litters I'm not keeping, but even just in general, I think it will be fun. So I love this one, even though it's bunnies. I think that would be really cute. There's also this one print that's like leaves. That's cute. There's another one in here that is if there's birthday-ish ones, that could be fun too. Sprinkles, butterflies. There was one with tulips. I think it's right in here somewhere. Daisies, tulips, there they are. And there's one that's like tan with leaves all over it. So I've got lots of choices, and I could even do multiples and just like slide them in and out. And if I get bored with them, scrapbook paper is like 40 cents a page, and I can easily get quite a few out of a page. So tickled about that. They weren't very expensive. I think this was less than $2 each, and that'll look really cute in my light box. All right, so this is the follow-up for the Applewood stick saga. I had bought these last month, and there were just so many that are too thin for me to use for my shop. So I had reached out to the seller. They said they could send me a little sample, and they did, of the bigger ones. And these are great. They're a little thicker than I normally use, but they will work. So I went ahead and purchased the listing for that, because I want to pay them for doing that, and I really want enough of the right ones. So very excited to have the correct size and thickness so that I can make more rat toys for the shop and support another small business in the process. So I'm very tickled about that. They may wind up not being a budget toy. I have to do some math and figure that out. But at least I have something as an option, because even if these wind up being not cost effective for the shop, I do use them with my rats quite a bit. Very excited to have an option. Very tickled about that. Alright, from Aldi, I always save my paper bags because I use those for packaging rat orders. I needed some flax seeds because I used all of this when I made my last batch of mix. And they have the best price for flax seeds. Now these guys, I want to open these on the video and see what we think, because if I don't like them, I am definitely going to return them. Let's see. There we go. they look pretty good and they didn't feel sharp through the box. Oh yeah, that's great. Okay, so this is interlocking garden edging, and you're supposed to put it like literally in the picture on the edge of your garden, and it says to use a flat spade to put it in, but I was looking at them and I thought rat ladders. I mean, let's put a few together and see how sturdy it is. All right, so they're pretty sturdy, honestly. Not too bad at all. I don't feel any very sharp edges. If there were a little bit of sandpaper, or honestly even like a nail file would probably file them down. There's a couple little like loose plasticky edges, but it's fine. So my thoughts were these would be really great in the cage as something to climb on. It was $5 for this box, which gets you 10 feet, which is like 3 pieces. It has a slotted section there and a little like grooved section here, and they just slide into place. So I bought 2 of those boxes, and no, 2 is probably enough. I probably don't need more, but I wanted to share that in case that's something you all were interested in to use in your cage. All right, I bought both of these at Family Dollar. Both were actually $10, but this is a little decorative shelf. It's supposed to hang on the wall, and this is like stick-on wallpaper that's wipeable. But I looked at this and I thought it would fit pretty much perfect right here in the playpen. And I'm looking for some options for that. And I think what I'm going to do is undo these screws and cut a hole in it on each of these. And then wrap these in the peel and stick wallpaper and then put them back. And that way these cheap little, they're almost cardboard wooden shelves will be in better shape, I hope, for playpen play. Does not want to focus on it, but that's my plan. We'll see how it works, because it may not, since this is like the cheapest wood ever. And if that's the case, I have plastic I can use. I have all these offcuts from making bin cages. I have more because I saved them, and I could definitely cut some out and make plastic panels there. So I have choices, I have options, and then I've got a couple of different sized circle bits. And what I may just do, honestly, is just cut a notch so that they can get up, because there's a gap between this and the wall of the pen, but that way they could maneuver up. I don't know. It might be a useless thing, and if so, then that's fine. I can take these off and replace them and donate it or something. But that's my thoughts. I could probably do a bird ladder or something like that as well, since there's little supports there. So I've got options. I thought that it was a good frame. There's no sharp spots, so good options for the playpen. This is a Temu order. I got 2 more of these little canvas bags that I use to hang their platforms and perches on the wall. So I have 2 more of these because mine were getting too full. I also got this little toy, which I thought would be great for my mommies. I'm gonna need to get another one, but the ends literally just like snap off, and you can put food in it. And I like that it was really little, so that it would be great for in the maternity cages, but also baby friendly. It also kind of looks like a rattle, which I thought was cute. And then one of these is open. They're the same thing. I bought a bunch of these little pumice stones. There's a baby over here with its tail twitching. They're in here while I clean their cage. So some of my rats really like these, and so I bought 3, 6, 9, 12 of them. So that's what I've got for them from Temu. I have one other order coming. It's just not here yet, but hopefully I'll be able to tack that on to this video. And then this was a Temu order. I have similar little baskets to this that I use for forging toys, but my breeder and friend got these and really liked them, and I liked the size of them. So I wanted to get some. The one I have is really big, and I liked these smaller ones. She uses them for fresh veggies, and you can also stuff nesting enrichment in them. So I really wanted to get some to try. I think they're really nice. This will probably be one of my last Temu orders for a little while, just due to all of the fees that are coming into play with ordering from there. Really, Sorrel? Look at her. Such mischief. What are you going to do? What are you going to do up there? She doesn't know. Sorrel, what are you doing? She's going to let go in a second and slide down. Boop. What a goober. So these will probably be my last order for a little while. Even Amazon has these new tariffs coming in for stuff, so I'm gonna have to be more particular about what I order and where from to make sure I'm getting good pricing. But I mean, who isn't? Everything's expensive now. It's just frustrating. Hopefully somewhere will pick up the slack and offer us inexpensive items without these horrific import fees. But we'll see. Alright, this is 2 separate Amazon orders. The first one was for these medical skin markers. I bought green and these are black. I already had a purple blue color, but I needed some more to be able to mark my rats a little differently. This might actually be blue. It looks blue. I just needed to be able to mark the babies in larger litters better. Oh, it is black. So this way it will do that. I have blue, purple on my hands from previous. I did manage not to get any green on me today, but I did get purple on me. So that's the whole point of these, is I mark the baby rats' tails or ears or butt, depending on their size. And then I can figure out which ones I want to keep for holdbacks. So that's what these are for. I can't close them. So I got those. That's Amazon order number 1. Amazon order number 2 are water bottles, which I've already put this one together somewhat. I just have to put the nozzle on it. I have 4 of these. These are Rent-A-Coop bottles. And I got to read the directions to figure out how to install the new nozzle. But I love this nozzle tip. This is what my water bottles from Temu are, is this brass nozzle tip. And so I also bought a 6-pack of them so that I can make my own, because I don't like the ones that come with my nursery cages, my lab bins. And so I'd like to make some that will do the way I want. So I bought these so I can do that. And also because I just wanted to be able to make bottles in the size that I use the most. So 6 of these, and between 4 of these and all of those, then I will have enough water bottles, all big. We're gonna go on a trip later in May, and I wanna make sure I have enough water for everybody so that whoever comes to check on them can do so easily. So that's the whole point of these. Thanks for watching. Bye.